I think that's just how every multiplayer game feels like a gotcha machine nowadays. They do that shit on purpose. They put mechanics like that in games on purpose to make it feel like you just get ripped off. It's another game where you just get fucking ripped off. Hey, let's play a rip-off game. This is what it's called. Let's play another game where you get fucking ripped off. Welcome to the streets. Overwatch Tapwater. How's it going? Let's see. I'm not putting that whole fucking tag in there. Okay. Update information. There we go. Let's play another game that feels like a fucking gotcha machine. There we go. Alright. Devolver Digital. All they make is fucking gotcha machine games. And single player stuff that's cool. Alright, alright. This shit has music. Is it not already set to Fall Guy? It is. The fuck? Hey. Capture. Bitch. It don't be capturing. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay. Let's play another game that feels like a gotcha machine. Just like Overwatch. My team sucks. Just like Overwatch. I get soccer and then my team just fucking whiffles dick and I lose. Whoa. Sure. T-Rex? I'm a T-Rex and a duck at the same time? Damn. That's deep. Alright. That's deep as fuck. Alright, no big deal. Oh, my controller keeps unplugging and replugging. That's right. Okay. This is the longest Fall Guys queue I've ever seen. Hey, hurry up and get past the part where it's all blue. I'm trying to use a green screen over here. Stop being blue. Nobody playing this game? Because they all play Among Us now? This shit usually takes like 2 seconds to queue. What the fuck? Why is it taking so long? I guess everybody stopped playing this game for Among Us. Damn, dude. That was literally like a DPS queue. That's rough. So much for everybody being inside. What's up, Meepy? Thanks for following. Welcome to the streets. That was easy. First level, no problem. Doing pretty well, that's good. I'm doing great. Just chilling, streaming, per usual. The usual shit, you know. Glad you're doing okay. Slime climb, alright, no big deal. Shit's easy. All you have to do is not get fucked on the yellow logs. Every single time somebody tries to fuck you on the yellow logs, and every single time you have to not get fucked on the yellow logs. That's the hardest part. The rest of it is easy. As long as you don't get blasted off the side by some asshole who's like coming in hot. All you gotta do is walk past this and hold the camera sideways. This one's easy. Oh, come on, dude. I got pushed in. See? That's what I'm saying. As long as you don't get blasted by some dickhead who comes in flying in way too hot, pushes you in. Get another one. Every time I lose in Fall Guys, I typically can just call it before it happens. That's the first one. We'll see how many times I can call it. It's mostly just Super Mario 64, right? This game's just a Super Mario 64 ripoff. Except there's no Z button. You can't do any cool ass backflips. I haven't played Fall Guys at all, really. I played it when it came out. I played it like a day or two, and then I just stopped playing it. Until basically now. I might have streamed it one other time. And I don't really play games off stream, so... yeah, I only played it like then and now. Because I learned all the minigames too fast. All the minigames are so fucking easy that you learn how to do them, and if you just don't do them right, it's usually because somebody fucked you up. It's usually because this dude made the seesaw go too far and now I'm dead. Or like some dude pushed you in. Or some guy pushed you off. Some guy grabbed you and now you're dead. As long as it's not the jump one. The only one that's really tough is the one that's the fucking jump over the stick one. That's the only one that's really tough to do well. All the other ones are fucking easy. Unless people fuck you over, like not going on the right side of the seesaw. Hey, dickhead. Go to the right side of the seesaw. Oh. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to fucking int me on purpose. They're inting. Easy stuff. I literally just need this to be normal so I can get through. That guy's dead because that guy killed him. Yeet. Please get on this side. Yes. Balance it. Yes. Yes. No, not like that. He's dead. That guy's dead as shit. See you later, Unicorn Man. Eat shit, Unicorn Man. No. Unicorn Man, don't fuck me. Alright. Just gotta have my team not fuck me, and I'll be fine. No. Everybody get back over here. You bitch. This guy's cool. I like this guy's normal outfit with very dark color. He's a ninja. I like that guy. This Unicorn Man? Shitlord. This guy died last time. Unicorn Man? Trash. That ninja? Cool. Oh, don't you fucking dare get me killed. Get off of me. Get away from me, bitch. Don't you fucking dare try to get me killed. Alright, easy. I just needed them to not fuck it up. See what I mean? After you get good at all the mini games in Fall Guys, it's just a matter of, did I get fucked over by everybody else? No? Alright, I win. Did I? Yes, I lose. That guy's just AFK. He's like, fuck it. I died too many times. I give up. Caveman? I like the caveman. In the bottom left. Caveman, man? Alright. Dinosaur hunter? Probably hunts dinosaurs with a fucking bone. Hell yeah. Reminds me of Conker's Bad Fur Day. Hot Dog Man? Hot Dog Man's pretty good. Top 8 hot dog? Hell yeah. Tail tag? Oh, I'm gonna get really good at tail tag, man. I'm gonna do super well at tail tag. Oh, it's team tail tag. I'm fucked. Never mind. It's team tail tag. Oh, I'm fucked. Well, gotta hope that my team can keep the tails while I juke. I'm a juke. I'm a juke master. No, it's cool. I got it. It's cool. This guy thought he got away. What's up, bitch? I got it. I got it. It's cool. I'll just hold on to this tail. You guys can be over there. Fuck you, red guy. Eat shit. Oh, please. This green guy has got my tail. It's easy. Get out of my way, ninja. You're a shitlord. I need you to not fucking block me while I'm trying to get this guy's tail back. He got blasted by the launcher and got away. Give me that. Hand it over, bitch. Oh, we're out of there. We're out of there. We're out of there. We're even. Every team is even. Get blasted, green guy. Fucking idiot. Boom. I'm out of there. Oh, I'm so good. Physics-based video games. See you later, bitch. Physics-based video games. Bye. Oh, you cheating motherfucker. Hand it back over. You bitch. I need that to win. Hand it back over. Dude, I thought the timer was up. Get away from me. I thought the timer was up. Bitch. I win. Boom. I told you I'd hold that tail the whole time. Literally just a matter of getting a good team. Every game. Oh, man. Alright, hand it over, bitch. Top 8 hot dog. Any hot dogs? I don't think I saw any left. I was looking for him, man. Looking for the hot dog. Fruit shoot, I'm fucked. Fruit shoot kills me every time. I know how to do fruit shoot right, but I never get lucky. This game is completely RNG because the things shoot randomly. You can go up the left or the right side, it's the easiest way to win, but if you get hit, you're just RNG'd out. If you get so unlucky that it blasts the shit out of you on the side, you're just dead. It's the most risky play you can do in Fall Guys. In the FGC, it's the riskiest thing you can do. Look at this fucking risk. Look at how risky everyone is right now. Oh, if we get blasted here, we're dead. All of us are fucking dead. Oh my god, it's by a hair. Oh, it's by a hair. Oh man. Oh shit, I got blasted. No! No! Get up there, you motherfucker! I got blasted. Oh. I barely made it. See? If you get blasted there, I went from fucking second or third to like 12th. If I would have got hit one more time, I would have been out. It's risky, man. That one is RNG. It's 100% RNG. You just walk up the left-hand side until somebody gets hit and knocked out. Alright, alright. I don't see any hot dogs. All the hot dogs are dead. That's a dead-ass hot dog right there. Alright. What's next? There's not many left. It's probably the end, dude. It's probably the jump one. Where you jump up and down over the stick thing. That shit sucks. Or grab the crown. Grab the crown's also tough. Hexagon? Fuck. This is 100% skill-based. This is the only one that's skill-based. Well, there's a little bit of RNG when it comes to like people falling from above you or people falling on the tile that you're falling onto. That's the only time that it's RNG. Everything else is 100% skill-based. Like that. That's fucking RNG. Those guys got RNG'd out. That is some bullshit too. That is oh, so much bullshit. Okay. Now somebody's gonna fall on me. That's the other way that you get RNG'd out. You pushed me off! You fucker. You pushed me off. Dude. It's the other way you get fucked. I see my path. It's just skill-based. It's just skill-based. I see my path. It's just skill-based. No, it's skill-based, fuck! I saw the path and I missed the jump, dude. That wasn't skill-based. I missed the jump. That was 100% my fault. If I would have hit that jump, I could have won that. I missed by that much. I was so close. The default jump, since the corners on the hexagon fucking panels are rounded, if you have the default jump that's not perfectly timed, you can easily just roll off the side of the platform instead of like sticking to it. And that's exactly what happened to me. Rolled off the side of it instead of standing on top of it because I jumped too early. I was super hype about having been in the top 6 hot dog or whatever, and then I fucking died. That was the only skill-based final game too. All the other ones are just luck. Sucks that I lost the one that was skill-based. I'm gonna get fucking tail tag in the end, and what is that other one? Grab the crown. RNG one's next. Whirligigs is easy. Whirligig's fucking cakewalk. But it's nice having a competitive multiplayer platforming game. There aren't many of those. They should make more of them, honestly. Games like this are fucking not cool enough. People don't like these enough. Like when that fucking Mario Battle Royale came out, that shit was so fun. Mario Battle Royale was tight, and everybody stopped playing it. So this is basically that. And now that Mario 64 is out, everybody likes this game more. Because it's basically the same shit. And they re-released that recently. They re-released that ass. They added these, which don't do anything. I don't know why they added those. Those don't do shit. Those don't stop anybody. I guess people who don't know what they're doing, stop them. Oh, so close. I tried to get launched into the end. Yeah, I can't quite do it right. I'm not catching it right. I'm just gonna jump in. I can't quite launch myself in. There's a way you can do it where you get the propeller thing to knock you into the thing. That map is so easy that I oftentimes have to fuck around just to not win it. I have to try hard to lose. Is that guy's stomach an aquarium? I think that guy's stomach is an aquarium. That's the dopest body mod I've ever seen. If I become cybernetic and I get cybernetic parts, that's one of the first body mods I want. I guess not made of glass. You probably want some stronger composite than glass if you're gonna have a fucking glass stomach. Literally. But it would be funny to have like mineral oil cooled parts on the inside under skin and just have them fucking housing some sort of automated like robot fish. And have fish swimming around in there. Better than having to eat. Eating is trash. The sooner I get a robot stomach, the better. Eating is garbage. Food is trash. Can you imagine being CC'd every fucking 4 hours and having to do a fucking, like, a mandatory action? You have to do a mandatory ritual every 4 hours in order to feed yourself as a human. As a meatbag, you have to fucking do a thing in order to make sure you don't die every day. That's so garbage. If we're just looking at, like, biology of things that exist on Earth, that sucks. Having to eat is so shitty. It's one of the biggest debuffs you can get. As a biomechanical organism, that's one of the first things we should probably eliminate as a species. Because then it's not a matter of feeding the hungry, because there's no need to feed anymore. Eating is fucking obsolete. Get a robot stomach with fish in it, idiot. Eating is now a commodity. If you like hot dogs, you can pay extra to eat. Isn't there a book about that? I think there's books about that. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of different sci-fi works where there's like a society that surpassed the need for human consumption in order to solve the food crisis problem, and ultimately people are just pissed because they no longer have the choice of making whatever they want go down their food hole. So they riot or something. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. That's usually how that story goes. People are mad because they can't have cheeseburgers, so they get pissed and they start breaking shit. I'd rather just have a cool ass aquarium for his stomach. That guy's got it figured out, dude. That guy's got everything proper. Now, make the right decisions and guess right. Oh, he can't guess, though. He sucks at guessing. But at least he doesn't have to eat. Unlike this hot dog motherfucker over here. You see this hot dog? You see this dumbass hot dog with his wolf feet? Oh, man. I don't want to eat that. Fuzzy hot dog? Ugh. Come on, bro. Nobody wants a fuzzy hot dog. Oh. Nobody wants a fuzzy hot dog. Fuck out of here. I'm over here thinking about the existential difficulties of solving world hunger. And also I'm winning at Fall Guys. I'm hardly paying attention to what I'm doing. This game is so fucking brain dead. It's only hard when you get to the end. All the other minigames are like whatever, unless you're on a team, in which case you're fucked, because you have to rely on your team to win. Tail tag, I knew it. I'm gonna start getting the RNG ones. In order to win, I have to do some RNG shit. I'm really good at tail tag when it comes to 1v1v1v1 tail tag, though. When it's free-for-all, I'm pretty good at this. But when it's not free-for-all, I suck at this. That's the guy. That's him. That's the guy I gotta rob. Oh, I have to grab a tail. This isn't even the final elimination. This isn't for the fucking marbles. This is just a tail. Okay. Never mind. It's free for all, just somebody's tail. This one's pretty RNG. You can get really easily unlucky on this one. And I think they made it so when you get your tail taken, you get knocked down by default now. Yeah. See? He got knocked down, and then I got knocked down after he grabbed my shit back. I took it, though. Idiot. I grabbed it back. Stupid bitch. What now? Bye. Bye. Oh, fucker. Hand it over. I grabbed him, bro. I grabbed the shit out of that guy, and it didn't fucking hand it over. Got him. Hey. Bitch. Hey, that was so far away. What? Nice ping, dude. Give me that. Stupid bitch. No, fuck me. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Alright. Ugh, that one's just fucking tough. That one's just luck. I got lucky. I'm not even gonna say that I did anything right. I got lucky. I just stuck my hands out, hope to God that there was a tail there. I was praying that whole time. I was like, Inshallah, give me a tail. Please. Please. Oh no, I fucking suck at this one. Oh no. Jump showdown. Fuck. Oh, I fucking suck at this one. Okay. We can do it. Don't get eliminated immediately. There's only 4 people. It can't be that bad. Oh, 4 people only to win. Okay, yeah. There's 5 of us. Ugh. Just don't get fucking eliminated immediately. Okay. Just don't lose immediately. Standing on the tile that's about to fucking explode. I think purple's gonna be lucky for me. I'm placing my bets on purple. I'm starting to speed up. Ah, purple's gonna be lucky for me. Watch it split here. It's gonna split here. And then it's just gonna start going crazy. Now people are starting to run into each other. Alright, now people are starting to run into each other. Alright. This is for all the marbles. How good are you at platformers? 101. If I don't fucking suck, I don't fucking lose. If I suck, I suck. If I don't suck, I don't suck. That was RNG as fuck, I'm lying. There's no way that was fucking skill based. That was the most RNG shit I've ever seen. What do you want? I got lucky. I got lucky. That was 100% luck. 100%. That was luck. I did not deserve to win that. I got so lucky. Watch the tape. I clipped that shit. 100% luck. I'll take it though. Hot dog. Of course I win the fucking hot dog costume in order to fucking win the match. Dude. I like the hot dog costume, LOL. You know what? Just because you like the hot dog costume, here. I'll equip that shit. There. I can't believe I got the hot dog. Out of all fucking things, I won and also I got the hot dog. So predictable. Every video game is predictable. I wouldn't have predicted that I would have got that lucky right there. And fucking the game just kept me on the stage. I don't even know how that happened. I jumped early, I got sandwiched in between the 2 bars, and then my character model got like shoved off to the right side, and I lived. That was the luckiest shit I've ever seen. If that wouldn't have happened, I would have died there. I should have died there. But that was platformer 101. Hey, can't be mad at it. That was just a platforming victory. I was better at timing my jumps, that's it. I guess. And also I got lucky, but other than that, of course I won at 4:12 a.m., dude. My lucky number. I won at fucking 42. So predictable. It's like I was saying before, man, when I was playing Overwatch. When you can see far enough in what is going to happen in the next couple of minutes in a game just by looking at the current behavior of players, it gets to the point where video games are just predictable. And almost to the point that they're boring, because you're like, I know what happened. Minutes before it happens, I can tell you what's going to happen. Unless something really, really weird happens. Like what happened last game, that shouldn't have happened. I shouldn't have fucking won that. That was really weird. Didn't mechanically make any sense. I got so lucky that I won. Unless that happens, it's pretty predictable. But I guess that's what makes video games fun. They're broken and they don't fucking work. And sometimes miraculous shit happens. Slime climb? Let's see if some miraculous shit happens on slime climb. Let's see if I can get further than 5 feet without getting pushed off by some dickhead who shoves me into the fucking thwomp. Those thwomp face blocks. Just like 1-1. Alright. Let's do this shit. I'm a hot dog now. You can't just shove me around. I'm a fucking hot dog, okay? You can't just push me around. You see how big my bun is, idiot? I'm a fucking hot dog. Coming through. Top hot dog coming through. Top player. Excuse me. Nobody pushed me off the edge this time, so I'm a fucking champion. Excuse me. I'll just take my gold crown now. Hand it over, bitch. Hand over the crown. Alright, yellow log, no problem. Nobody's here to fuck me. Yellow logs, no problem. Bitch, I'm a champion. You ever seen me play Splatoon? I'm so good at Splatoon. Get the fuck out of my way. Hold on. Oh, hell yeah. I'm all the way in there. Now I just need somebody to not push me. Baseball wearing bitch. Don't push me. Oh, he pushed me. Bitch. Oh, come on. Get up there. Alright. Don't push me. My name's Pedro, you motherfucking toucan, and if you grab me again, I swear to God. Toucan? Fuck yourself. Trying to get up there. I'm a hot dog. I don't got a lot of time. I'm busy. I'm a fucking businessman. I'm a hot dog, but I'm a businessman. Alright? I ain't got time to play. Fuck! I died. We gotta hurry it up. The slime is coming. Get up there, bitch. Move, toucan, you fucker. Stop grabbing me, toucan, you bitch. Fucking toucan. Alright. Toucan's a motherfucker. I immediately died. Damn it. That fucking toucan held me there for so long. He kept getting me pushed into the block. Slime climb is just hard because other players are in slime climb. I got through that course no problem when I was breakaway from the rest of the players, and as soon as I got close to a toucan, I got fucking killed. Video games are a lesson in patience and dealing with other people who are assholes. Lucky me, I have all the patience in the world. I got plenty of patience to spare. What I don't have patience for is assholes. So let's see if we can beat 59 other assholes. Again, I already won once. I got 1 crown. Man. They're just risking it all up there. They're at the very edge, the precipice of death. They're just staring it in the face, fucking dying blindly. Just dying. Because it's fun for them. Oh, stand up. Stand up! Oh my god. I jumped onto the platform and my character never stood up. Okay. We're in. I'm so far behind. All these seesaws have been taking really long times to adjust. I just have to run it all the way through. Gotta gun it. Gotta keep going. This guy's a grabbing bitch, a sweatband wearing guy. Stay away from the sweatband guy or else he's gonna grab you and get you killed. Astronaut? Damn, astronaut's sick. I like that. I want astronaut. Hell yeah. I'm a fucking space operating motherfucker. I'm a goddamn space shit. Hey. Walk over here. Dude, this is taking so long. Just reset. Why are you guys fucking me on this? Just reset the seesaw. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna lose. Alright, now I'll walk over there. The purple one won't come down. Dude, I'm fucked on just waiting. Oh my god. They won't make it go far enough there. Jesus. Dude. I have to fucking play with idiots. Just make it fucking even so I can go in. Jesus. I have to play with imbeciles. Why? Hot dog gives up. The hot dog noticed its fucking demise and gave up. This hot dog's about to get ejected from this fucking wall. Boom. See you later, bitch. Sucks to suck. Superman's flying with a cape on in the bottom right. Oh shit. Oh, he fell. Alright, finally, that game's over with. Egg scramble? Fuck. I couldn't have gotten a worse RNG decision. I got lucky last time that I got my crown because I never got egg scramble and I never got soccer. But now I have to do this. This is completely 100% random. This one is so fucking random. It's down to whoever gets the most eggs in their basket at the very beginning of the match wins. How you win is you grab the egg and you put it over there. You grab the egg and you put it in the little divot so your team can put it inside of the basket. Come back here, you blue motherfucker. No, give it over. Give it to me. Give it to me. What? He just walked away from my grab. Now it's just a matter of defense. It has nothing to do with offense now. It's just defense. And if they have no fucking defense, I get out for free. Later, bitch. I'm rich. And then I kick it toward my goal and I pick it up again. Fuck you. Stop grabbing me, teammate. You shit stain. You made me lose it. Give me it. That was mine to begin with, and you fucking know it. I got that shit fair and square, you dino bitch. Hand it over. Get the golden egg. Get the golden egg. Ah! Grab this motherfucking thing. I got it. I didn't get it. Give it to me. Hand it over, you fucking. Ah! No. Why is it in red now? I took it out of blue. It's supposed to be in yellow. Man, fuck. You guys are making it really hard to win. Our team loses. It's just RNG, dude. It's 30 to fucking 9. They win because they have all of the fucking eggs and it's impossible to get them out. Once you get them in, it's so hard to get them out. Yeah, we lose. Team-based games in this game are just fucking completely 100% random. You either get a team that's decent at the minigame or you just lose. That's the end of the show for me. Time to get a new one. That and soccer are the ones that are just completely, there's nothing you can do. You either win and you proceed to the next minigame or you lose. See if we can get another one. I already won one, so I don't really have to win. It's mostly just a matter of getting the minigames that are fun to play. Damn, dude, these queues are so long. It's not the time, because last time I played this, it was completely normal at all times a day. It's not like there isn't a whole West Coast that I could be playing with right now. It's only like midnight there. Alright, dude, it started. It's starting with not 60 people. I think everybody really is playing Among Us now. Everybody ditched this game until the update comes out. That's how it is for every game as a service, though. Everybody ditched this game until the update came out. And then everybody played it for 5 minutes, and then everybody ditched it again. That's what I'm finna do for Monster Hunter again. I ditched that game as soon as I got to the point where I couldn't do anything in the story anymore, and they just wanted me to grind out monsters for levels, and I was like, fuck that. That sounds like boring, dumb shit I could be doing. No thanks. And then they came out with a title update, and now I'm like, well, time to play Monster Hunter again. Title update, I gotta get 2 costumes, and then never touch it again until like 5 months from now. That's why I think games as a service is just pointless and stupid. But companies have to make money somehow. And if you have no decent games that you can make that are single player, you gotta make money somehow. Guess it's time to make games as a service. Guess it's time to make Warframe. Couldn't come up with a good idea without making some sort of game as a service. The same company that made Dark Sector, the fucking failure of a single player game that no one's ever heard of, made Warframe off of the same assets and became infinitely more popular and successful because of it. And I'm over here just like, man, you should have made Dark Sector 2. That was a good idea that you guys just fucked up. You guys just flunked the dunk. It was like Fear 2 and Fear 3. After Fear 1, they should have just stopped making Fear games. Should have made Fear 1, and then you should have just said, we're good. Games as a service is a bad idea. Making Fear 2 and Fear 3 is a bad idea because the fans want you to keep making sequels, but honestly, you should have just left it at 1. Like The Darkness, that was another fucking great example of that problem. The Darkness 1 was a great game, based on a comic book series that's fantastic. The Darkness 2 was just a shill, and had nothing to do with anything from the first game. What are we on, like Final Fantasy fucking 16 at this point? Can you guys like stop or make something else? At least Final Fantasy has different characters, plots, and areas every game, but it's the same base core mechanics and idea. At least it has new characters and new plots, new like scenery and shit to experience, but it's mostly the same source material. But the gameplay is different every time. A little, sort of. Meanwhile, Gears 5. Halo 5. Halo Infinite. We've gotten to the point where there's so many sequels that they stopped numbering them and they just put the infinity symbol after it and they said, fuck it. Halo Infinite. Games as a service need to die. That concept needs to just stop existing. It's a fucking bane and a scourge on the concept of video games. Everybody just waits for patch day nowadays to fix everything. Instead of making a working game at ship, they could just fucking make a shitty game and then ship it and then patch it later. Early access for fucking 12 months. Or they have no beta like Overwatch and it just comes out broken. Doesn't work. Literally the most broken game. Fucking McCree insta-kills every tank and fucking instant flash fan the hammer kills everyone. Reaper has 1 billion health effectively because he heals so much. Genji's nigh invulnerable to damage. Fucking Mercy overheals everyone and has a ult that fucking reses everyone from the grave. Remember they took that entire ultimate out of the game because they deemed it too broken and everyone kept picking Mercy, so they had to take it out. Every game as a service is broken on launch, dude. Unplayable. Grabbing me, huh? You fucking dinosaur bitch. T-Rex dinosaur bitch, huh? Of course. You would grab me. Space Cat isn't fucking dishonorable like you. Space Cat just takes his lumps like a man. Space Cat doesn't grab people. But you, on the other hand, purple T-Rex, I'm on to you. That guy's gonna fuck me over in the final match. Watch. That purple T-Rex guy is gonna fuck me over. There he is, right next to me. He's fucking kitty corner to me. That guy's gonna fuck me over. That dude right there. I'm gonna be winning, and then I lose because of him. I got it. Fucking, I feel it, man. I feel it coming on. Oh, Jump Showdown is the final round again, just like last time. And he's gonna fuck me over. He's gonna grab me and I'm gonna die. Jump Showdown. Alright. See if I can Jump Showdown better than this purple dino bitch. This fucking Barney the dinosaur looking ass motherfucker right here. Oh, damn. I like Sabertooth Tutu. That's pretty good. Oh, you have to dive through? I didn't know you could dive through. Sabertooth Tutu just taught me something. You can dive through. See, he's grabbing me, dude. Fuck you. Stop grabbing me, you asshole. There's the purple dinosaur bitch. Get away from me. That's the dude who's gonna fucking ultimately result in my demise. Fucking toxic grabbing motherfuckers. Alright. Purple dinosaur's on the other side, so leave me alone. Purple dinosaur. He's on the other side. There's no way that guy can possibly get me fucking killed at this point, right? You're wrong. He'll find a way. Purple dinosaur will find a way to get me killed. Nope, purple dinosaur died. Alright, purple dinosaur's dead. We have a chance. Fuck you, purple dinosaur. Now I have to deal with green Triceratops. Alright, Triceratops. Don't grab me. As long as you don't grab me, I should be able to win this. Green Triceratops. Oh, Triceratops. Barely fucking lived. Lucky bitch. Little late. There we go. Little early. There we go. Oh, we're doing great. No grabbing. This is a game of skill. No grabbing. This is a game of skill. No grabbing. Oh. Green Triceratops is looking at me fucking corner-eyed. Side-eyed. We're just going for it, man. This is insane. We're just going for it. All of us are just going for it. Man, whoever wins, may the best man win. Or whatever. May the best person win. I can't believe that we're just going for it. All of us are still fucking going crazy. Dude, this is insane. You gotta jump like 5 miles ahead now. You have to jump like 5 minutes in advance. And it's not changing speed, it's constant. Fuck you, Green Triceratops. Get the fuck out of here. I knew that guy's a bitch. Alright, this song got to a part of the song I've never heard before. That guy's dead because he got hit once. That guy's dead as shit. He lost his equilibrium. No, I lost my equilibrium. I tried to jump and it hit me in the head. Fuck, man. I lost my equilibrium. Talking shit about Green Triceratops. Man, I tried to jump and it hit me. on the way up. Yeah, that was just a bunch of people who were fucking good at the game. Stuck on one of the easiest mini games for winning. Just constantly jumping up and down, waiting for someone else to die. That's the problem with fucking Fall Guys at the moment, is it's in a state where it literally is. Everybody's figured out the mini games already. They have to add seasonal updates so that they can add enough content that people don't know already, or else people are gonna get bored and quit and play Among Us. That's the most interesting part about video games to me. There's this huge generational divide between people like me, who are like millennials, who are at the very end of millennial, who've played pretty much every fucking 3D game that's ever come out. Because I got lucky enough to be born at a proper time in history when the SNES, the NES, Sega Genesis, and N64 all came out roughly at the same time period. I was lucky enough to be a kid right when all those came out. So people in my age group, generationally, are just so much better at video games than everyone else. So there's this huge gap between people who like played them their whole life, basically me, from like age 3 onward, and now you have all this legacy skill that lets you really like understand games on a mechanical level, and everyone else who isn't there yet because they just don't have as much time spent in different types of games. And people in my generational gap easily figure out games like this because there's so many other games I play that are identical to these mechanics. Like verbatim 1-to-1. This is exactly the same as blank. Any other game, insert here, that's like identical in mechanics. In this case, it is Super Mario 64. This is basically just a rip-off of that game. Without Z-jump mechanics. There's no long jump or anything. I wish they would add that sort of shit, but there is none. So because I played that game before, I'm just good at this naturally. As a free action, I'm just good at Fall Guys, and then I learned how to play Fall Guys from that level of understanding. And then if you apply that same level of like reasoning, or that same line of thinking to first-person shooters, oh man, I've got so many years on every other FPS player. I got so many years of fucking practice on so many people. It comes down to, do the people on my team have as many years of practice as me? Do I win or lose? Well, let's find out. Let's see who I have on my team, because I know I'm good. So playing team games at a certain point, because of that generational, that gap, that divide, becomes arbitrated. It feels arbitrary. Because either I'm playing against somebody who's really good at games in general like me, and it's a challenge, or I'm not. And it's just whatever. Not really a competition. If I lose, I probably just fucked up. And if I lose, I definitely know why I fucked up. That's another thing you can't find in people who play a lot. Video games, that is. Can't find that nearly as commonly as just people who fucking bitch about everything. It's way harder to find somebody who plays games a lot and is like, no, mechanically this is exactly why I lost. This right here. At this exact moment in time when I was playing, that's when everything went to shit. There's a lot of people who play games and not many people who can do that well. Like mechanically explain, this is precisely how I lost, and learn from it. That's like a gained skill over years and years of playing games. Or sports, or literally anything that requires like physical interaction. Anything that requires muscle memory. Years and years of doing the same thing over and over again gets you to a point where you're like, no, I can basically in any situation just be like, no, that's exactly the linchpin. Right there. That's where everything went to shit. And when you get good enough at that sort of thing, that sort of analysis of past events, you can apply that to any other life event. You can do like a strategic, categorized breakdown of this is exactly what went wrong in any life situation. So it works even outside of just video games. And it's useful to know how to do. It's just basic critical thinking and problem solving skills. But most people don't realize that if you play a lot of video games, you can get all of those. Not only can you get muscle memory, like hand-eye coordination ability, just by playing video games a lot, but on top of that reaction speed increase, which is essentially what it is, it's just a brain to hand synapses reaction speed increase. Neurologically, it just makes your brain faster. After that reaction speed increase, you start to get to the point where you're like, oh, wait, if I just look at what I'm doing every game in this repetitive-ass video game, you can use any video game to do it. That's what I did for Counter-Strike for a long time. I was just like, no, if I look at the tape and I go back, I can figure out the exact point in time where we lost. And every minute past that point in time was just them winning because of the thing that they already did, and that's the reason why we lost. Until I got really good at that. To the point that I could do that in any game. There's just a generational divide between people who think that video games are a useful learning tool and people who think that they're just education or like entertainment. One or the other. Or art. Some people think video games can be art now because BioShock came out once and they never played a game before until BioShock came out, so now that they think BioShock's good, they think that all games are art, which is just the dumbest argument. But sure, we'll give them that because they also think that video games are violent inherently, so there's also that argument. People are hella dumb. But it's weird living in a society where people use technology every day, all the time. And instead of understanding more about technology, they decide to turn against it because of reasons. Or to purposely misunderstand it and force the knowledge of technology upon someone else. I guess that's the other thing that it really represents, is a technological divide and attitudes of people who are generationally like separated. People who are different age groups tend to liken themselves to tech-savvy individuals more or less based on how young they are, right? Younger people are more likely to be versed in all the new tech. Whether or not they keep up with it throughout the course of their lifetime is another thing, but having the advantage of just being young is huge. But the general group of people who are like, the scope of people who are interested in video games has been expanding so rapidly over the past like 10, 20 years. So you're getting a bigger and bigger net of individuals who are interested in games, but a bigger and bigger base net. Like if you're talking about the gross number of people who play, it's a lot larger now. But if you talk about the net number of people who are actually good at playing video games, it's way tinier now that there's so many more people involved. The top 1% of gamers, as it were, is like so small now compared to what it used to be. So running into anybody who's actually fucking good at a game is impossible nowadays. Unless stuff like Twitch is. Because there's just the sheer number of motherfuckers that are playing stuff is so large. Finding anybody who's any good is impossible. Especially when half the games are just fucking luck-based anyway. That's why I was really hoping for something like Valorant or Overwatch to be skill-based in its delivery. So that there'd finally be a definitive game, unlike the past. I guess there already has been a definitive game that was like a fucking indicator of you're not shitty at video games. We don't have those anymore. It used to be that those were like a dime a dozen. There were so many games that were like, no, if you're good at this game, you're good at games in general. Dark Souls, for a long time, if you were good at Dark Souls, you're just good at games in general. Everybody was just like, you're a fucking wizard, man. I can't play Dark Souls. Some people still say that shit. Some people are still like, I can't play Dark Souls. One of the easiest RPGs you can figure out. So many guides on how to beat it. Every boss order is already explained to you. Somebody's beating that shit on a fucking Guitar Hero controller at this point. That shit is arbitrated. And literally, you can play it linearly from point A to point B, exactly like the video on YouTube, and do it right. You can watch the video tutorial on how to fucking beat it, because it's a single player game. And people are like, Dark Souls is too hard. Bitch, somebody else can show you how to do it. You just have to press the buttons at the same time as them. Speaking of somebody else showing me how to do it, I'm just gonna take the answer that everybody else had. Because that's basically this whole minigame, is cheating off somebody else on the test. But yeah. There are so many gamers nowadays that making video games for the general public has become so hard that you have to make games stupid. Making games for the general public has become so difficult to make everybody like it that you have to make the games dumb easy. Like this. This is a prime example. Not just Fall Guys, but specifically Perfect Match is such a easy minigame. Anyone can win Perfect Match. Because you just have to cheat off the other guys on the test. I don't know where Cherry is. I'm gonna guess it's over here. Everybody's here, so I'm guessing it's right here. Video games are so easy nowadays, you have to make them so dumb that everybody likes them. Otherwise, you risk alienating your player base. As a developer, you have to make the decision, do I make my game hard for the sake of people who are good at games to appreciate it because it's hard and they're actually challenged and they're learning new skills because it's so difficult that they just have to get better in general in order to like accompany themselves or like in order to make up the difference to start seeing some sort of success? Or do I make my game so stupid that anyone can install it and play it? Matter of fact, I'll make it free. Fall Guys in a nutshell. Do I make it so impossibly easy that anyone can comprehend it? And then there's the question, is that necessarily more fun or less fun? I feel like Fall Guys was fun in the beginning. From the perspective of somebody who plays video games a lot, it was definitely fun at first, but as soon as I figured out all the mechanics and how all these minigames work, I stopped having fun almost instantly. Because I figured it out. It's like a puzzle. It's like if you give a 5-year-old kid a Chinese finger trap. Yeah, they're entertained for like an hour. As soon as they figure out how you get out of the Chinese finger trap, not entertaining anymore. I am no longer interested. It's like, I get it. You put the fingers together and you pull them out. Alright, got it. For Fall Guys, that's just like every minigame is like that. You put your fingers together and you pull them out. Until you get to the end, when it's the last game and everybody's trying to get the crown, the rest of it is literally just like Chinese finger trap. Great. I've done this a million times. Next game. It's sad, but it's true. And games borrowing off of each other has made that worse and worse as time has progressed. All of these clones, you see all those fucking like Counter-Strike clones, Valorant. Valorant is just a Counter-Strike clone. Overwatch clones, which is just a fucking clone of TF2 in the first place. Fucking fighting game clones, clones of Street Fighter, fucking clones of Quake, fucking clones of everything. Clones of literally every game you can think of. StarCraft. You saturate the market with enough of those, and enough people don't know how to play them in the fucking first place. And it makes it even harder for games to stand out and be interesting. Which is why it was so cool seeing a game like Fall Guys do well. Because it's a simple game with 2 buttons that actually did well. That came out of nowhere, didn't have much PR, didn't have a whole lot of advertisement, or any bullshit surrounding it. It still did well. Because it's a solid mechanic, fucking easy to understand game. Anyone can play. Anyone can pick it up and do well. So there's something to be said for games that are simple in their mechanics. But when you're tired of simple and nothing is challenging, it just gets fucking old. I'm top 10 and I haven't been paying attention this whole fucking time. I don't even know what minigame we're on. Are we at the end now? I get to the end for free every fucking game. As long as I don't get bullshitted out of one of the minigames, out of a victory, because I'm on a team or something, I get to the end for fucking free as a free action, just by breathing. Just by sitting here, I'm in the top 11. Oh, it's Jump Showdown again. Okay, another Jump Showdown. Let's see if we can do it this time. The only game I give a shit about is Jump Showdown every time I try to get a crown. That's the last one. The only one I care about is the last one. All the other ones so easy, I might as well be asleep. This is the only one I have to focus on. Because you have to be looking at the top bar, not the bottom one. Who gives a fuck about the bottom one? The bottom one's easy. Top one is what you have to be looking at. That's the one that hits you on the head when you try to jump and then you get fucked. That's what killed me last time. I think blue is gonna be safe here, right? I like having the double-decker bus. Having two panels next to each other makes it easier for me to, you know, stand my ground. I like having the double-decker bus. But I think blue is gonna be the safe bet here, right? I think blue is gonna be the safe bet here. Yeah, blue's safe. Purple is too risky. Purple's too close. See? Purple's too close. You gotta be in blue. Oh, look at that. I drop kicked the shit out of that guy, I think. I couldn't jump. My controller turned off. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, that almost killed me. Oh, lag. The fuck? That was laggy. That was laggy as shit. Oh, you knocked me down, you cheating bitch. Get away from me, you cheating bitch. Blue is the safe bet here. Blue's safe. Blue's safe. Blue's safe. Blue's the safe bet here. Blue is safe. Oh, blue's safe. Blue's safe. Oh. Fucking lag. The fucking bar teleported, dude. That sucks so bad. We came down to the last jump showdown, and the only reason why I lost is because the bar teleported from where it was to where it hit me. That is so annoying. The only reason why I lost that is literally because of lag. That's what I'm talking about. When you get good enough at video games, at a certain point, it just becomes arbitrated. Just whether or not I'm gonna get the RNG victory or not. Like a gotcha machine. You put the quarter in, watch it spin, guess where it falls. Literally got second place. Wasn't paying attention the whole game. Could have done that shit with my eyes closed. And then in the final fucking jump of the last fucking game, there goes my 25-cent quarter. Put in another one and watch it spin. Also, growing up in the era of people who actually could go to a fucking arcade, that's not even a thing anymore. Thanks to coronavirus. Can't go to arcades. That's unheard of anymore. It's unspeakable. The idea of standing shoulder to shoulder within breathing room of other humans for more than 5 minutes, touching the same fucking controller as them, constantly, fighting games on arcade machines, oh god. Everyone's touching the analog stick and the fucking buttons all the time. Every time somebody loses, their sweaty ass hands are all over the controller. Yeah, there's no way. It doesn't work. And if it does work, they have to put you in a bubble next to the other guy on the same machine, and then it doesn't feel like the same thing. You might as well be playing at home. Actually, having arcade machines is another thing that makes people who are generationally, like, in the same group as me really good at games. Because games used to be designed where you played fucking 25 cents, 50 cents, and that shit was made to make you lose. They made arcade machines on purpose to make you lose money. They did shit that was sneaky and underhanded for real on purpose, just so you lose money. One of the biggest perpetrators of that problem. Oh wow, Sense Fortress is vertical? I've never seen Sense Fortress be vertical before. That's weird. That's new. That's an update that I didn't see. Sense Fortress is vertical? I've never seen Sense Fortress be vertical. That was weird. But yeah, one of the biggest perpetrators of that fucking quarter eating problem, the gacha machine problem, was fucking X-Men, the arcade machine. The X-Men arcade machine is notorious for one of the most broken and bullshit video games on purpose just to make you waste money. The bosses in that fucking game do like half your health in one hit on purpose. And there's so many instances where you're stun locked by fucking Magneto or whatever. You're trying to fight fucking... Who is it? You have to fight Magneto. Sabretooth is in that game. You have to fight the Blob, I'm pretty sure. And there's so many bullshit ways that you can get pinned in a corner and murdered by the boss, or like the boss does your whole health bar in 2 hits, or like bullshit on purpose so that you lose quarters. Video games never stop doing that. People just assume that games stopped doing that after quarters were no longer a part of the equation because it wasn't necessary for you to make money off of people anymore to just bullshit them like that. But they still do. A lot. Those same practices that they used in order to get players to lose money are implemented all the time. And the easiest way you could see it is probably in like frame data. Actually, yeah, frame data is the easiest way to see it in any game. That's why certain games are largely successful and others are not. Dark Souls is largely successful because frame data. Dark Souls is 4:4 in time, which means that shit is completely and totally solid in terms of whether or not you can or can't do something and when. Everything is timed in musical 4:4. So if you end up doing a roll, it'll oftentimes sync with the attack animation of an enemy because it's roughly the same amount of frames from the start to the finish of an animation for anything in the game. Any character, anything. In that way, they make it more fair because it feels like everything is in rhythm. And you can't possibly get bullshitted or delay caught by a boss. Like, I just delay catch that guy. I delay catch the shit out of that guy. But even just the concept of delay catches, that's not a thing without fighting games. But meanwhile, this isn't a fighting game at all. Fall Guys is the furthest thing from a fighting game, and this has all of those markers in it. Frame data, that's like half this fucking game. And this is exactly why. This is a great example. Frame data is half this fucking game. So in Fall Guys, the only frame data you need to know is how long it takes for your characters to stand up after you get knocked down, assuming that you immediately touch the ground, which is like 1.5 seconds, and how long it takes for your character to go from standing to the top of its jump to the bottom of its jump. which is about 1 second. It's like half a second. And if you know these two things, you can be really good at Fall Guys. Because that's like half the game. Knowing how long it takes for your character to go from standing back to standing in a jumping animation, that's frame data. Knowing how long it takes for your character to recover after an animation like a knockdown, that's a fighting game term. But it works for Fall Guys because Fall Guys is a fighting game. People don't believe it, but that's basically what this is. It's just a matter of like knowing all of the frame data for the character and what the character can and can't do, how to manipulate animations of the character, and how to manipulate the mechanics so that you win. That's fighting games. In a nutshell, that's every fighting game. Knowing frame data and beating the opponent with knowledge. See how I'm using the fall down animation on purpose really close to the front of where the blocks are coming from in order to make sure that I stand up by the time I get up back here so I can save myself. I have enough time to fall down. That's fighting games, man. Knowing shit about fighting games makes you good at every game. But that's true for every game. Knowing shit about any game makes you good at every other game. Really easy. All you have to do is stand next to the front of the thing. If you get knocked down, you have enough time to stand up. It takes about 1.5 seconds to do it. And then get up, go through the hole, go to the next one. Super easy. I'm sure there are certain people who play Fall Guys who have never beaten that minigame. And that minigame is easy as fuck. Easiest one you can play. This minigame, hard as fuck. Completely RNG. Anytime there's a physics-based ball involved, this game sucks. I'm looking at you, Rocket League. Anytime there's a physics-based ball involved, this game sucks. Now anything could happen. There's no way, because there's no animations for this. The reason why physics-based balls suck in video games is because this game has characters, right? Characters like my character that jump around and fall down, and they have defined, designated hit frame, or not hit frame, but just frames in general. The ball doesn't have animations. The ball does not have frame data because it just rolls, dude. It doesn't have a recovery period. It doesn't have a time when it stops doing what it's supposed to do. It's constantly in motion. So because of that, it's completely random because anything can happen. There's no way for you to predict what it's going to do because it's just going to keep moving in the direction that it moves. And since it's physics-based engine mathematics and not real physics, this is just simulated physics, it's going to have instances where it does weird shit that you can't possibly predict. Thus making it more randomly generated as a minigame. It's now more randomly based because of that. And we're randomly winning. The most I can do to influence the ball is jump into it and hope that my teammates jump into it also, and the rest of it is just up to chance, man. Their characters aren't fast enough to get to the ball before this guy pushes it in, so there's nothing they can do to defend. That was a free goal. Because there's no animations for the ball, there's literally nothing they can do in that situation to stop us from getting that point. Physics-based balls are the most fucking gotcha bullshit in the world. I mean, gotcha machines are literally that. They are gotcha machines because they are physics-based balls. That is why they're random. Overtime. Nobody can predict it, man. Soccer is always one of those minigames that's like, there's nothing I could possibly do to guess if I'm going to win or not. It's just a matter of if I get lucky or not. If I'm on the right team or not. Nothing you can do, man. You can try and like be really good at the minigame, but ultimately it really is just up to chance. You can do as well as you want. There are certain situations where there's nothing you can do. You're not fast enough to stop the ball. It goes in. Sorry. You can't get there. You realize that there's a problem, but there's nothing you can do to fix it. That is the essence of a gacha game. That is the essence of a quarter eating game. And that's what every game does nowadays. There are certain situations where you simply don't have the time to react. In pretty much any game you can think of. Shit, name a video game and I can tell you an example where there's a fucking instance where there's literally nothing the player can do. You lose at this point. There's always one of those. Even if you're the best player in the world, you lose. Because it's just, you lose. The balls make this one very random. This part is not random. This part is skill-based. I suck, though. That guy just beat me. I got second. I was closest to the crown outside of that guy, but he just went right through all the balls. I got stuck early. I got hit right in the face. He walked right through all that shit. But any platforming minigame, I got those. I always make top 2. Pretty much every time I got the final showdown for jump stick game or whatever it's called, top 2. There was one where I got knocked down and I got pushed off, but that's about it. It's usually top 2. When it's a fucking ball game that's physics based, who knows what's gonna happen. Anything can happen. There's no way to predict because there's no start and stop for the ball. So there's nothing mathematically I can use to make any prediction. Just random. There's no formula that's gonna figure out how many times you're gonna win or lose soccer. Unless you were to take a bunch of like bullshit data and then like sparse it onto a chart to try and make an argument one way or the other. This is how you win statistically soccer in Fall Guys. But even then, that's just like 55% of the time you're winning with this strategy. And even then, it's like, still, you could be put on a team that just loses. That just is not good at soccer. Sucks to suck. You can have the best strategy you want. You still only have like a 60% chance of like consistently winning. That's especially how it feels in shit like Overwatch. You can be as good as you fucking want. If the other 5 players on your team are terrible, good luck doing anything. You can be fucking faker all you want. If the other 4 people on your team are terrible, good luck at winning a league. Ever. It makes individual player agency pointless and feel like it's non-existent. In a lot of games that are multiplayer nowadays, that's exactly what's happened. Player agency has been flushed down the fucking toilet. In exchange for team play mechanics, which are supposed to make the game more fun because you're playing with friends. And our polling data says that people love playing with their friends. So the more that we can shoehorn multiplayer in, the better. Ultimately how you get shit like Valorant. That's literally just a ripoff with abilities. One for one, like, this is exactly torn off of this other game. You guys down to the fucking spray pattern or the simulated spray pattern that you guys ended up using for the weapons. And the way that the weapons behave being identical to Counter-Strike Source. 1-to-1. Like, I could just boot Counter-Strike Source and Valorant and put them next to each other and be a fucking spitting image. But because people who are born nowadays, who are younger than millennials, have never played Counter-Strike Source, cash grab. Riot makes Valorant. Instant success. Literally a game that already came out before. Only reason why it's popular is because that shit is cheap and it's small as an install file. And it has characters that they purposely use from fucking focus groups to make people like them. Some of the most soulless characters I've ever seen in a video game. And people love them because they're just focus groups to fuck. People love Valorant characters. I can't even remember half of the Valorant characters' fucking names, and people love those characters. At least in Overwatch, I can remember what they're called. Because the names are different than most other games I can think of. But if I had to go off the top for Valorant right now, Phoenix, Viper, Cypher, Sova, I think. Sova's one of them. Omen, I think. Rise, which is literally the name of a different fucking character in Riot lore, so I guess reuse the same name in order to retain some of that player base so people can remember what the fucking character is called, otherwise they wouldn't know. And that's all I got. Reyna, I think, is the new one. Shit, I played Valorant. I don't fucking remember those characters. That shit is just a ripoff. Cash grab. Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Ghost, dude. Captain Price. I don't know anybody else's fucking name. But people love that game. It's like instead of making games for the sake of making games that are fun mechanically and cool, like Fall Guys, they just started printing games for the sake of printing money. And after you spend enough time playing enough games, you start to see that they're just taking the same assets from over here and putting them over here. That's a cash grab. And it makes you, I guess, disillusioned to the whole industry. The more you see reuse of assets from different companies, especially when companies are just like, here, take these fucking base mechanics for a game that we already made and base your game off of it so it could look almost identical in the HUD and all of its features and all of the gameplay. And be pretty much the exact same thing except you change one or two things and call it something else. And you can make a bunch of money too. Shit, how many times did that happen to Left 4 Dead? I don't even want to know. Left 4 Dead came out with an original idea that was completely different based on, like, it was basically just a mod for another game. It's basically just a Half-Life 2 source engine modded video game. Ended up having a great idea, perfect execution, and then every other game in existence came after it and just fucking ripped off every part about it. Until there was nothing left that was original about Left 4 Dead. It retroactively made the game arbitrated. Because it came out first, it was the first one to do any of that shit, but because there were so many clones of it, it became boring to play. Instead of coming up with new ideas, developers are just coming up with the same ideas. Over and fucking over again. And then when their idea gets stale in their company and it doesn't work anymore for them to keep making sequels out of, they give it to some other company and that guy makes that fucking game over and over again. As a consumer, at least, the very least, the only thing that I can say that's been nice about being a consumer in all of this is at least the price has gone down on average for a lot of the shovelware. But even then, that's been taken away from us because PS5 reveal. The PS5 reveal fucking done away with that. That was them just saying, yeah, video games are $70 now. what was it? It must have been 5 years ago when they were like, if we ever raise the video game price above $59.99, it'll break the economy or some shit like that. They were basically like, it'll break the economy of the gaming industry. People won't want to buy it. It'll be too far out of their price range economically for the average family to be able to afford enough titles for the game industry to stay afloat. They did some bullshit calculation and they're like, in 2015, if it ever gets more expensive than $60, people are gonna strike or whatever. People are gonna fucking have riots in the street and start fucking pulling out the guillotines and shit. But now video games are $70. And everybody who's looking at the PS5 is just like, yep, I don't give a fuck. So 5 years ago, they were right. If they would have raised the price back then, people would have rioted. They would have been pissed. They would have been so mad. But after they waited an additional 5 years past when they made that metric in the first place, now everything's fine. It's been long enough that the economy's panned out, sort of, I guess, in a really dumb, backwards sense. Panned out. Panned out in the sense that everybody is equally the same amount of poor. Because of coronavirus. So now they make that shit more expensive. And people are like, whatever, dude, I don't have enough money to afford other shit, so I don't really care. So by the time the effects economically of coronavirus have already subsided, they'll have a new market for them to just benefit from by making games $10 more expensive. And everybody just having to fucking suck a dick and put up with it. There's nothing you can do. What are you gonna do? Tell them to put the price back down? They don't give a fuck. And after this is all over, you're not going to remember that they put it up in the first place. You're going to forget all about the PS5's $70 video games until they come out and you're trying to buy Spyro 2 or whatever the fuck you're trying to buy for your kid on Christmas. And that shit costs more money. And then every other industry leader just makes their shit cost $70, and then there's a new standard, and then they'll make an article about how if it goes past $70, it'll be guaranteed, and then they'll do 80 and it'll happen all over again. Just like it's been happening for the past like 5 to 10 years. Went from fucking 40 to 50 to 60 to 70. And the consumer base is just like, whatever, man, I got other shit to worry about. Every time they hike it up, it's always in line with some sort of current event that makes it impossible for people to give a fuck at the time. But that's every business. Finding ways to make more and more money off of a dwindling user base. Or not a dwindling user base like video games, but a finite user base like video games. There's only so many people who play games. Technically, there's only so many people on Earth you can sell games to. So eventually, you're going to get to a point where the bubble bursts and your company needs to keep making the same amount of money even though it has less users. So you got to make the price higher. Same thing with every other industry. I don't see why it should be any different. But at least in other industries, when they hike the price up, they at least give you additional features. There's like a different thing that they put in the box with it. Now it comes with tech support 24/7 live on the internet or whatever. Some bullshit that they shoehorn in with the product in order to make it seem like it's a value. Just to make you feel better. They didn't even fucking do that for this. They're just like, nah, bitch. PS5 game, $70. Give me $70. Hand it over, bitch. Is it going to be any better than the games on the last console? Hell no. The technology's better, but developers are going to take 3 to 4 years in order to figure out the technology and the limits of it, just like every other console. And they're going to make shitty games for like 3 years. They're all going to suck for $70. So hand it over. It's going to be really interesting seeing the console market fail, I think. The console market's going to have to fail in some regard. It's going to have to fucking explode in some way. Because there are too many PC games that are like this, that are basically the same exact shit as PS5 games are going to be, except this is free, or really cheap, like 20 bucks. Compared to $70 games that are basically the same shit, that you could just get on PS Plus for 20 bucks. Completely skill-based. Minigame skill-based. Fuck. RNG. RNG-based. Skill-based. It's skill-based now. But yeah. These PC games are getting cheaper and cheaper, and they're looking gooder and gooder. And they're getting easier and easier to get their hands on. Every year. So, I can only imagine that PC is just gonna end up winning out in that regard, right? If consoles just go up to 70 for every title and Steam stays at whatever price the developer asks for whatever they're trying to give you, or like itch.io continues to exist, or shit like that continues to exist, alternative methods of digital disbursement or digital distribution of software, that shit is just gonna not be profitable. I don't even know how video game companies and developers still afford, like publishers, how do they still afford to be able to print mass discs and ship discs in this climate? How is a AAA publisher making money off of shipping discs to a physical distribution center like GameStop so that some person could never go there because it's closed? Like, how the fuck did the games that launched before Corona set in make any money? Completely digital only sales games are just gonna do so much better, I think, in the market. There's no way. There's no way $70 games compete with this. Some shit that comes out on a dime. I never even heard of Fall Guys when I started playing it. And then overnight, this shit's billions of players. Huge following. Everybody likes it. It took $10 and a ham sandwich to make this fucking game. There's 2 buttons in the whole thing. 100 people leave, or 100 people enter, 1 man leaves. Battle Royale style. Another game that got ripped off and fucking remade a million times. PUBG. I feel so bad for PUBG. PUBG was the first Battle Royale just to get fucking shit on by everything else. Every other Battle Royale game is so much more fun and entertaining than PUBG. All of the original mechanics that made that shit an idea in the first place, and every iteration of it since has been a better version of the same game. That's so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. That is the saddest shit I've ever heard. Or PUBG. And they still have like 1 million concurrent players or some shit. They still have a huge user base, even though that game is so shitty. God, that game is so fucked up. You want to talk about random instances where you just die? Oh man. Where there's nothing you could possibly do better and you just lose. That's one of the fucking granddaddies of games that bullshit you shit out of the player. Hackers everywhere and fucking getting sniped across the map from somebody you couldn't see and fucking all types of shit. Being shot from every which way. The ring being too far away when you spawn. Oh man. Falling to your death immediately off spawn. So many ways where you could just get bullshitted in that game. That's how people in fucking video game industry make money nowadays though. Finding ways to get people to play games that are super popular but impossible to do well at, so that they keep trying to do well. One more spin. User retention. User engagement. The big ass words corporate suits use in order to describe things that make video games fun, so that they can literally vampire all the fun out of games until games are no longer fun to play and just fucking antiquated. They're now like sad, dissolved and diluted versions of their former selves. Devoid of all soul, forced to fit into like one cookie cutter blueprint or else no one likes them. Or you never heard of them because there's not enough advertisement dollars to go around for them to be prevalent in the space of saturation that we find ourselves in current gaming market. You just never hear of it. It could be the best game in the world, and some games you'll just never play because there's too fucking many of them. There's either too many original ones or there's too many of them that are shovelware versions of the other ones that already came out. That's why I'm excited for AI, man. I think AI is going to help a lot with a lot of these video game problems, especially on the development side. Can you imagine having an AI bug test your product? You know how fast bug testing is going to be pretty soon when AI is like a little bit more developed? Like true AI, not VI. We have a lot of VI that work right now. Not an actual artificial intelligence, but a virtual intelligence. So yeah, whatever. You have a fucking scripted bot that does shit. Great. VI, snoozing phase. Sleeping phase. Who gives a fuck? Fucking calculator is a VI. AI, when we have actual working consumer level AI, that's gonna be awesome. Because then, if it's integrated into the system or the production process of any business, which it will be because it'll just be the best thing you can possibly do. It's the greatest investment your company will be able to make for like 100 years after it's invented. It's gonna be like fucking electricity all over again. AI is gonna be so sick. But as soon as that shit works properly, having AI do bug testing for video games is gonna be so good. You're gonna be able to brute force the problems with every video game. Yeah, I literally ran the scripts for every possible input you could make in this game, and here, and here, the game broke. That's it. That's what we need. AI can do that shit in a couple minutes. Humans take years to do that. Something as simple as do everything possible in this game and see if there's anything that breaks. Very simple requests when you look at it from like an outside perspective, if you're not looking at the human limitation of like sleep and food and like having to spend time alone not working and like burnout and all that shit. Easiest request you can make is just see if this has any problems with it. But for a human, that takes so long because you have to fucking wake up, get ready for work, go to work, give a fuck, try something out, see if it works, work for like 2 hours and then go home. That's just how humans operate. Having something as small as just bug testing in game development done by AI is going to open up so many doors of possibility for developers. It's insane. Just that one thing. And we're not even talking about all the things that AI are going to be able to do in video game production once it's fully integrated into the system. Or into, like, modern day use. AI is going to make it so easy for players to find a game in matchmaking. Oh my god. Dude. Finding a game of anything is going to be so easy. I can't wait. I'm going to be able to play Third Strike 1,000 years from now. I'll be playing Third Strike against people, like, constantly. With games coming out of my ears. People just super interested in the concept of Third Strike, wanting to play and learn more about the game. 1,000 years from now. At that point, Third Strike will have been like 1 billion years old. That shit came out in what, like 99, 98, I think? On what, like Third Strike, right? So like the Dreamcast? I think it came out with Dreamcast. I don't even fucking remember. I just remember the arcade version. But AI are gonna make so many different niche games easier to find games in. Because finding an opponent is literally like... Finding an opponent now is literally like, is there somebody else that wants to play the same game as you? I guess in a fighting game, it's the easiest example. So yeah, 2 people need to be able to play this game for it to work. And the other requirement is 2 people need to have a decent enough connection to one another on the geographical location of the Earth that they're on in order for this to work. You have to be close enough, and you have to be willing to find a game. In any game. But for a fighting game, there's only 2 people, so it's a good example. It's easy. Finding one other person that's willing to play the same game as you with a decent connection when you're living in a society that literally has satellite-based Wi-Fi, so anywhere in the world you'll be able to get a decent internet connection no matter where you are because of aerial Wi-Fi that you can tap into from anywhere with a subscription-based service. So the connection is not an issue because I can play from fucking anywhere on Earth. and get a decent connection. And finding somebody, if I have an AI that's looking for another AI that has a human that's attached to it that's interested in playing Third Strike, bingo, bango, bongo, bish, bash, bosh, done. As long as there's a request, there's instantaneously a response to the request because they can just talk to each other from anywhere. Via satellite. And I'm pretty sure at that point you're probably using some sort of HUD interface to interact with the game anyway. It's like a secondary thing that you do on your phone. Like playing fucking Slay the Spire or like fucking Clash Royale or whatever you do on your phone nowadays. With a Neuralink, you'll just be playing Third Strike with your brain with no controller, just looking at the screen with your like glasses with a projected image of the game over the glass in like ARG fashion. So you can still see what's on the other side of your glasses. But while you're doing that, while you're in a conversation or doing something else, while you're riding public transit, you're playing Third Strike with your brain. Can't wait, dude. Technology's so cool. And it's right around the corner. Pretty soon, shit like controllers, keyboards, mice, analog input methods for video games are gonna be so fucking pointless. So fucking grandpa, fucking boomer ass, fucking 2000. Oh man, you still use a controller? The fuck? What are you, an old person? Pretty soon controllers are gonna be so passe. Can't wait. And that's gonna open a whole door up for people who are like unable to use conventional controllers. For whatever reason, able to play games now because it's all like video games you can play with your mind. All the inputs are just as fast as your brain can comprehend them because it's still a fighting game in that sense. If both players are playing with their brain in Third Strike, you just have to know more about the character that you're playing against the character that they're playing and do the inputs at the right time, right? I mean, technically at that point it's just like a game of chess. It's exactly like chess. Chess is just, you did the thing and I did the thing in response. There's always an answer to the thing that you did and there's always an answer to the thing that I did, and there's literally no way for you to call it unfair. It's chess. It's one of the oldest, most easy to fucking manipulate mathematically video games you can think of. Other than blackjack. Blackjack is another another mathematic game that you can usually win with just statistics. But playing a fighting game without a controller against somebody who's not playing with a controller sounds like the shit. That sounds like so much fun. It literally is just a battle of wits at that point. It's not, I didn't do the input fast enough. It's not, oh, there's a delay on the TV because I tried to do the combo, but I dropped the combo because blah, blah, blah. The input was fucked up. That's not possible anymore, bitch. There's no controller. There's no excuses. You did the thing, it didn't work. Fuck you. I can't wait. I can't wait till video games get to the point where it's just you did the thing and it didn't work. There's no lag, there's no delay. There's no problems. It works, 100%. It's just that you lost. 100%. It's your fault. It'll be so much more fun to play then. Especially multiplayer stuff. Oh, perfect match, dude. Perfect match is so easy. I hope they just take perfect match fucking out of the game. This minigame sucks. That's another way AI are going to be really useful. In games that are completely like user involvement or user interaction based like this, doing bug testing with an AI is going to be so easy, dude. Figure out every possibility that all of these players can interact with each other and see which one works and which one doesn't. We'll have that shit done in like a matter of a few hours. It would probably take a human team months to figure out the number of things that an AI could figure out in like a couple hours. In any discipline, not just video games, just in general. God, can't wait. AI is so cool. Just the idea of Googling with your brain. Just that by itself. I can think of all the implications, but usually when I think of all the implications of modern technology and where it's going, the only thing I really give a shit about is Googling with your brain. That's gonna be so tight. Imagine having the wealth of human knowledge at your fingertips, only it's faster than your fingertips. It's your brain tips. It's as fast as you can think. There's gonna be a mad cash grab and power vacuum that is a result exactly 1-to-1 of people getting Neuralink. There's gonna be a huge fucking divide between people who do and people who don't have the money to afford Neuralink. And people who do and people who don't have the wherewithal to do the surgery. There's gonna be such a fucking gap between people who want to have cool cybernetics and people who think that cybernetics are a sin and should never happen. That's gonna be so hard to deal with for a lot of people. A lot of people, just like this bullshit that we're dealing with right now, are gonna be on one side of the fence or the other side of the fence, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you like cool technology, but your grandma doesn't give a fuck at all about any of that shit that you're talking about. Period. None. Zero. Not interested. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. You can't make your grandma like Neuralink. She don't give a fuck. She watches The Price is Right and Jeopardy and fucking goes to church on Sundays. She doesn't give a fuck about Neuralink. And people like that who are going to be naturals are just going to be at a severe intellectual disadvantage. You don't have the internet at your fucking brain tips. That's just a giant technological gap. That is a technological divide that we have not seen. That might as well be a fucking singularity by itself. It's on the same level of technological revolution as a singularity. It's just so big that it's like, to not have one is such a detriment. It's like the internet. Eventually there was a time when, after people got over the whole like, I don't want to use the internet because fucking privacy or whatever, there became a time when people were forced to use the internet for school. Like, at this point in history, you can't say no to having internet or you fail at life in a lot of societies. If you don't have online access or just like constant access to the internet, there are a lot of disciplines in life that you just lose at compared to somebody who does. Good luck being a modern day blacksmith in a trade where you have to make fucking steel not suck ass without the internet. I hope that you have a great tradition of blacksmiths in your area, because you don't have the ability to look up any of the practices that mankind used in the past otherwise, unless you have a book on blacksmithing. Good luck figuring out how that works without a video. So yeah, the internet was super useful at a certain point. To the point you can't say no to the internet. You can't not have internet. The fuck? It's 2020. That's like social suicide. So you're forced to have internet. Cool. But you're not forced to get Neuralink. Bullshit. I don't need Neuralink. I'm a human. I'm a natural. I refuse. Nothing weird's going in my brain meat. until like half your family has it. And then a couple years after that, 75% of them have it. And then you just feel dumb because now it's like, why do I not have one? So you have like a flip phone by comparison for a brain, because now it's not your cell phone sucks compared to your family's cell phone. Now it's like, instead of your smartphone sucking, like you got a Samsung and they got an iPhone or something, now it's like your brain sucks compared to my brain. Because I got this upgrade that's just better than my normal brain. And you didn't. Like, there's gonna be such a huge gap. Like, there's a huge gap between orange or whatever, or yellow, and blue and red. It's gonna look like that. It's gonna be a huge divide between our ball and that guy's ball. Our ball, already in the goal. Blue and red, already there. Yellow, way back there. Don't know what they're doing. Must have been naturals. Dude, having a Neuralink and playing video games is gonna be borderline cheating. Dude, you're gonna have an aimbot in your brain. Are you shitting me? It's not even gonna be fair. The biggest complaint probably in that realm of people who are gamers who didn't have it and now they do is gonna be, I spent years building up my muscle memory and getting good at aiming with a mouse and keyboard for years. So somebody else could get Neuralink in a day and match me in every game I play. That's probably going to be the first complaint for people who play video games and now Neuralink is a thing. I fucking wasted countless hours on, I don't even know, insert game here. Fucking professional Rocket League players or whatever. Some game no one gives a fuck about. They're going to be like, man, I spent years getting good at Rocket League. Learning all of the angles and getting really good at moving the car and doing all the flips so I can get all the goals. And now some 12-year-old has Neuralink and kicks my ass every game. Because he has a better baseline understanding of physics because his brain is a fucking computer. Like, what do you do against that? What do you do against that in tournament? What do you tell the guy who has Neuralink? You're disqualified, you can't enter because you're not a natural? What do you tell that guy? I spent all this money to have a fucking leading edge in tournament just so I can be told I can't compete because I'm better than everyone? That's bullshit. There's gonna be such a wealth divide, dude. That's just video games. That's just one example in one field of one thing that's gonna be economically affected by this invention coming out. This is gonna fucking capsize everything. There's gonna be such a giant gap, just intellectually, between people who do and people who don't have it. It's painfully obvious. And that shit is not cheap. That shit's like 15 grand. 15 grand if you want the next step of human evolution. Step right up. It's like a 5-minute surgery. Change your life. Can't believe that shit. It's like Bioshock come to life. Plasmids. Plasmids are a thing. You can just buy plasmids. You can just be a better version of the same person you already are. Plasmids just make you better. You can shoot fire from your hands and Terry can't. What's Terry gonna do? You shoot fireballs now. Like, it's just objectively better. It's just obviously better. And certain people can't afford it because capitalism. It's gonna be so interesting seeing how that plays out, man. What a great time to be alive. What an interesting time to be alive. You're a grabbing bitch. Fucking pigeon, man. You're not a pigeon, you're a parrot, but whatever. The point is you're a bitch. And you grab. This is the same guy who kicked my ass earlier, isn't it? Fall Guy 7616 or whatever? Oh, well he's dead now. Man, I mashed that jump out. I fell down there. This is a fucking grabbing fucking parrot bitch. Fuck you, you grabbing parrot motherfucker. I think I don't have this to a science. Parrot? Fuck you, parrot. I got knocked down. I had to stand up. There's nothing I could do there. As soon as my foot got caught by the pole thing, it was over. My character was knocked down. It's like the third time I've gotten to fucking final 2 people. It really is gonna make video games about fun again. That's the great equalizer. That's so funny. It's funny that it comes full circle. For a while, video games became competitive, and now they're all like serious, and people are esports player, and they're eating sports all the time. And they're fucking making money by playing video games and shit because they're the best at clicking on whatever. And pretty soon, clicking on whatever is gonna be a thing of the past. Mice are not gonna be a fucking input that people use anymore. Mice are gonna be like a fucking played out, old, shitty format that people use in order to keep things from being too digital, making sure that they're analog and safe that way. Like current cybersecurity does with really old PC systems like Windows 98 and shit. Purposely installing Windows 98 on the most important computers, or like really base versions of Linux and shit like that on the most important computers they can find, to make them so that they're not hackable simply because they're dummy and they're not connected to the internet. Mice and keyboards are gonna be like shit that they use at fucking military bases in order to make sure that enemy hostile forces don't fucking hack into their systems or hack into their servers or anything. And other than that, nobody buys mice and keyboards anymore. It's gonna go the same way that fucking trackball mice went. We all saw how that went. I don't know. I'm just excited to fucking not have to use physical analog inputs anymore. So fucking latent. So slow. So much delay between my brain and like what I want to do on the screen. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how anybody gets disqualified on the first round. I can't believe the first time I played Fall Guys, I lost on the first level like 3 times. In a row. And now the first show is like, whatever, dude. That learning curve, that learning period for people is going to be so much smaller. How long it takes for somebody to solve a Rubik's Cube, as it were, is going to be so much shorter. Oh, teaching is going to be impossible. God, I don't even want to know. Imagine teaching a room full of students when every student has the textbook in their brain and they can just call up all the facts at will. How do you teach anyone anything when they literally do know everything? There's one thing between being like a know-it-all smartass in class and no, literally I have Google in my brain, dude, I know it all. There's nothing you can tell me. How do you have a classroom anymore? When you can just look up the actual factual answer and cross-reference it across everyone else's fucking brain in real time to see if that answer that's given on Wikipedia is right or not, because you can tap into the wealth of human consciousness at will. Like, how do you have a teacher at that point? What's a fucking teacher gonna do? What's a scientist gonna do? Scientists are also possible to employ at that point. What is the scientist going to find out that the AI hasn't already figured out before the scientist? What fucking discovery are you going to make that's within the realm of modern understandings of physics or quantum mechanics, like some breaking industry that they're not going to be able to figure out faster than you? Music and creativity, I guess. The arts become the one thing that humans have over machines because they understand the feeling of what it's like to be a human that creates art better than any machine ever could. I guess. Then what? Like, what mathematics-based thing are you better at than a computer? Do you have a calculator in your head? I didn't think so. So, like, accountant is right out the window. The fuck is an accountant gonna do in an age where everybody has a calculator in their brain? What are you gonna do, my taxes better than me? TurboTax is in my brain, asshole. Like, what are you gonna do? What are humans gonna do as jobs? I mean, obviously all of those techniques will open up pathways that'll make more job opportunities that are more complex and niche than past disciplines. And certain disciplines will just no longer be necessary. And other things will just be, you know, niche and still appreciated because they're so small. Like blacksmithing, which is one of the reasons why I bring that up as an example a lot. Blacksmithing is hard as fuck to do, and there's only one way to do it, and it's passed down from generation to generation, and if you don't know how to do it, you suck at metallurgy. Sorry. You either are good at this or you aren't. There's one right way to do it, and there's a lot of wrong ways to do it. There aren't many ways that people have not discovered that are right to do it. So there's like a right way to do it. And if it's something that has a right way to do it, usually a computer is better at replicating that winning or successful outcome over and over again than a human. So if there's any sort of discipline you can think of that has a right way to do it, AI is going to be better at it than people. Because there's a right way to do it. And it's going to do it the right way every time. Because you just program the right way and it does it that way every time. So at that point, humans have to find ways that they're useful outside of being right, which is going to be interesting. Our entire society is completely based upon whether or not you're right. How much money you make is based upon whether or not you're right. Whether or not you're allowed to have a livelihood in our society is based upon whether or not you're right in a lot of societies, especially first world countries. Whether or not you're allowed to support your family is based on whether or not you're right. So when right and wrong become passé, because everybody knows right and wrong now, because Neuralink, it's obvious. I just looked it up with my brain just like 2 seconds ago, and now I know everything about the topic there is to know instantaneously. Right and wrong is like, who gives a fuck? Everybody knows right and wrong. It'll be interesting to see what our society shifts to as the indicator of success. What is your indication of success, or your marker for achievement, if being right is no longer a marker for achievement? Being good is no longer impressive. Everyone's good at everything. Everyone knows everything. Or at least equally the same amount of information that everyone else has. Every individual is the same amount of information as the collective. It's essentially the concept of a hive mind society. So once you're a hive mind, what does the individual fucking bring to the table outside of what the hive mind can offer? What does any individual asshole out of 7.8 billion assholes bring to the table? When every person in and of themselves is their own sovereign fucking genius, Einstein. Not only are their own fucking sovereign genius Einstein, but they're born and bred to be that on purpose because now society covets intelligence above all things. Now what do you do in order to stand out from the crowd? Wear a different hat? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do in order to make yourself seem like you're worth in society? I guess there will be less of a measurement of worth at that point, in that traditional sense, and it'll have to shift in some way. But what does it shift to, other than creativity? It's the only thing I can think of outside of, like, I don't know, spirituality that a computer can't do. What is there left for humans to do other than enjoy the benefits of AI existing? A lot of the trials and tribulations are fucking arbitrary at that point too. Problems of the past are no longer even problems of the future. But that's a lot of, like, humans coming together and fucking against all odds type reasoning. That's a lot of hopeful, wishful thinking. Hoping and wishing that everybody would use the technology for good, hoping and wishing that everybody would use the technology in a positive way, not using it to get a financial advantage over someone else, not using it to just find the best and fastest way to skim fucking or scalp tickets off of fucking Ticketmaster faster than scalp bots can do it, and just make a quick buck off of somebody. It's gonna be a lot of people just fucking getting a leg up on the competition through technology and then immediately turning around and fucking over everybody else with that leg up that they just bought. And I don't even want to know how many fucking Gen 1 Mark 1 installations are gonna get botched and surgeries are gonna fail. I don't even want to think about that. Try not to think about failed surgery for a Neuralink installation. It's done by robots so that it'll be the most safe and, you know, reliable surgery that you'll ever get in your life. It's done by machines. It's mostly accurate. It's like 95% accurate. Works in like 95% of the time. Just try not to think about the 5%. Just don't. It's like those people who wake up in surgery when they're under for a really long time, and they wake up like halfway through it because the anesthesia wears off, and they tell all the stories about like what they saw when they were under, but they weren't really like unconscious, they were still conscious. Man, hope that doesn't happen. Those are the spookiest stories. Fuck ghost stories. Fuck Goosebumps. Fuck fucking... Who's that asshole? Stephen King? Fuck Stephen King books. Who gives a fuck about Stephen King? Scarier shit happens in real life. Truth is stranger than fiction. Yeah, I figure it's going to be a whole lot of people who are willing to integrate themselves with technology, I guess is the way to put it. Are going to be way ahead of a bunch of people who aren't. And at some point, that giant divide between the people who are and the people who aren't is going to get so fucking big that it's just going to be pointless to try and go back and do anything about it. Shit, our perception of time won't be the same. The way that a human being with Neuralink perceives time and without are going to be different. Because time has been proven to be an actual mathematically provable phenomenon, one, and it's measurable. We've proven that we can measure it. It's something that's numerical. Time is a measurable, manipulable instance. It is a liquid, essentially. It is a thing that is tangible that you can use real world. Usually it's like tricks of physics, right? In order to manipulate. So once we prove that time was a real number that is tangible, that is not a bullshit concept that we just came up with out of the ether to try and cope with our surrounding 3D environment. It's not just some thing that the brain made up. It's a real thing that's perceived differently by different species of thing. Like a fly, or a housefly, would perceive time faster than a human being would. As soon as that was provable, we were able to just deduce that, obviously, if you were to get a computer in your brain, you'd just perceive time faster. Because your brain is actually able to keep up with the nanoseconds that are going by, instead of like today, where you're like, I don't give a fuck about nanoseconds. I don't use nanosecond calculations in anything I do on a modern day-to-day basis. But when you're min-maxing your time a lot more often, or you're doing more multitasking, like you probably would be with Neuralink, you'd probably value those nanoseconds even more because you could actually do shit in those nanoseconds instead of it's just wasted time that your brain can't process. There's going to be a lot more min-maxing, I think. Micromanagement of individual behavior. Because you're probably going to see time as a valuable resource more with it than without it, right? More than, certainly, your fucking fleshy body ever did. Your fleshy body can spend hours binge watching fucking Naruto on the couch and not give a fuck where the time goes. But if you have a computer in your brain, it's gonna be constantly reminding you, oh, there's another nanosecond that went by, you could have been doing something. And you were doing nothing. And that fucking stack is gonna get so big that it's gonna accrue on some people and it's just gonna drive them insane. I bet. That's another thing that's probably gonna happen as a side effect. The first couple early adopters are just gonna get to the point where they're like, dude, I just know so much shit. I got this thinking that it would make me better at my job. In reality, it made me think about the reality of the universe too much, and I just know too much shit. I don't want to be on Earth anymore. I know too much. There are going to be a couple of those. Because I'm sure there are a lot of people who are completely, like, ignorant to certain aspects of reality that just don't know that they exist. Like, a lot of them. I'm sure there's a lot of things that are part of reality that I just don't know exist right now. And having to immediately come to terms with all of them at once is going to drive people to the edge of insanity. Like, imagine thinking that you don't know what a piston shrimp is at all, and then all of a sudden one day you just know what a piston shrimp is. And now you're terrified of piston shrimp. That's gonna happen to so many people. Like, how many people heard of a fucking African killer bee before they started putting it in the news? Nobody. As soon as they started putting it in the news, instantly, so many people started Googling what it is, what does it do, how does it kill you. They were terrified. Just because they knew that it existed. They're horrified of African killer bees. Something that's not even indigenous to America that fucking migrated and started accidentally stabbing the shit out of and killing a certain number of handful of people. And now the entire country is like shitting their pants about killer bees. Now imagine every terrifying thing in the entire animal kingdom is instantaneously and all at once brought upon you, and you just know about all of it now. You're a master fucking biologist overnight. You know every fucking biological thing on Earth. And how terrifying it could possibly be if it was like in the worst possible circumstances near you. You know how fucking powerful everything is. Like the real depth, breadth, and width of the reality of everything. there are going to be a lot of people who are going to have that level of knowledge all of a sudden and just not want it and get rid of Neuralink altogether, or just like not want to do anything anymore. You tried, Yellow. You tried. Oh, they might have won. They might have won. I think they won. Oh! Yep. It was a fucking photo finish. They won. Well, alright. I tried. I got one victory. I had a lot of spins, too. I spun the shit out of the wheel today. I didn't expect to play that many games of Fall Guys. That game's addictive. 2 buttons. Pretty fucking addictive for 2 buttons. Pretty fucking good for 2 buttons. A lot of bullshit that can happen, but all in all. Fish. The actual duck colors. Actual duck colors. I'm a duck. Alright. No big deal. I guess after like 7 hours of streaming, that's pretty good. I got a whole charity I gotta figure out tomorrow. That I gotta play video games for while I wait for the inevitable singularity and the inevitable adoption of technology into my brain meat. Per usual. So until all that happens, have a good one, Internet. And don't forget, every day should be brighter than the last day. Because eventually you'll have Neuralink, right? Every day's got to be brighter than the last day, because eventually we're going to reach the singularity and it'll be just a bit better. It'll just be better overall, obviously. But that day's a long way off, so until then, every day before that has to get better than the last day. After that day, before the day that happens, that's good. So I hope that your tomorrow's that day. Or something. I know it will be for me, at least. Alright. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow, but it'll be tight. Probably the same time, same channel. About 5 p.m. EST. We'll rendezvous, reconvene. And we'll play something. But yeah, until then, peace.